So we did very good to even get a podcast out last week because literally as we were wrapping up, I had two surprise visitors break into my house, almost smash through the cat flap. The two pugs from the house behind me had dug a hole under the fence and got through. And oh my God, the chaos. They had done it a few days before, and I was having such a lovely morning. I went to the gym and then I had a facial and a massage booked at Radiance, and I was so excited for my relaxing day. And I got home from the gym to just get changed and ready to go to the massage, and I saw the pug's head under the fence and was like, what are you doing, you cheeky little thing? Went in the house, and there was the other one was already in the house and had done a massive poo right in the middle of the living room.
They got in the cat flap. The little fat fucks can get in the cat flap.
And then it was like a comedy sketch, because then I was like, you naughty little ones, come here, and like picked one of them up to take them back round. But because our gate's at the opposite ends, I then had to walk all the way around both our properties to take it in, but I stupidly hadn't blocked up the hole. So by the time I got back round, he'd got through again. So then I had two of them running around the garden and was like, oh my God, I've got to get ready for my relaxing massage. What's going on? So I threw a massive stone. What?
Someone else's dog coming in your cat flap and taking a shit in your sitting room, though, is actually unacceptable.
So bad. But then, so I took them back round anyway, and I meant to message the lady who lives at the house, but I didn't have her number, and I kept thinking I'll take a note round and didn't, because just thought, oh, it was one time, I've blocked it up, it's fine. And then when we were doing the podcast last week, they dug another hole. Oh my God. But what is really strange is a few days before that, I had ordered some pictures for my new boot room. And I had ordered two pugs riding a bicycle, a black one and a yellow one. And they are a black one and a yellow one. So now that picture is always going to mean something to me, because it's those naughty little pugs that got in from next door.
That is so fucking weird.
I know, right?
What possessed you to buy a picture with two pugs on it in the first place?
Well, I don't know. I just thought it was quite funny. I wanted the boot room to be quite quirky, and I've got one like big picture of a cat that looks just like Pepper sitting in a teacup. And then I saw the pugs and was like, oh, that'd be quite fun. So got that as well. And yeah, and then they bloody broke in, and yeah, they smashed through the cat flap like it's all wonky. But you know, they were just having an adventure. I didn't want them to get told off or anything. They're just having fun.
I mean, listen, they can have fun all they want, but why the shit?
I know. Do you know, it made me think of that time, though, that your cat, Syra, had a shit on Sandra's chest.
Hey, listen, we don't know what happened for the first 9 months of her life. She obviously was traumatized from something, but she did go through a phase, and yes, she did take a shit on Sandra.
Oh, it's just brilliant. When you told me that, it was just like, oh my God, that's total disrespect.
Oh my God. Well, that is hilarious. My week has been absolutely huge this week. As you all know, I've said it before and I'll say it again, I do drive to Dunedin. I do a 3-hour drive just to go to my dentist. Ness is amazing. As you all know, she takes my brain out, she cleans it and puts it back in again. So on Tuesday morning, I got up early and off I trotted. And I went to see Ness, but I also had an appointment to see the specialist in the same building. So, because they wanted to have a quick look at my bottom two teeth. You know the way you've got that bit of skin below your bottom teeth that's hooking up into your lip? It's like a little ridgy bit of skin. Well, that's actually dragging down my gums on my front two teeth. There's no explanation. I'm sure it's because I talk too much, but whatever. And there's no emergency or anything. But she's wanting me to come in and get that cut. Like just cut it so it stops stretching down my gums. And she also wants to do a skin graft to make it look all pretty again. Whatever. Probably unnecessary, but I don't care. They're my teeth, right? I don't mind looking after my teeth. And she sits me down on the stool and she's showing me all like they do, the equipment they've got is ridiculous. My 3D of my fucking mouth. And she's going to show me exactly where the skin graft is going to come from. And then at the very end of the consultation, and she goes, and you can't talk for 10 days.
What?
I was like, oh my God, have you fucking met me? Like, I was straight away, I was like, well, obviously I have to go somewhere tropical and just sit on a beach by myself. And she's like, no, you have to stay close. No,
Are we going on holiday?
I knew you'd get excited. How would the two of us go on holiday and me not talk?
Oh my God, it would be amazing. Like, but that's like the highest form of meditation is taking like an abstinence of silence. Wow, that's going to be really incredible. And to do it in Bali, that would be even more amazing.
Well, it would be, but like she said, I have to stay close because if anything happened, and the reason you can't talk, she's quite anal about the fact that she's never had a skin graft, never take, and she likes her reputation to be intact. And because of where it is, the skin graft like could move if I talk too much. And obviously, I'm so fucking animated, as we all know. So, what the fuck? What am I going to do?
Well, you'll have to. I think you should come here and do a sanctuary week, and we can go to the hot pools and have massages. You don't need to talk for any of that.
That's actually a really good idea.
And I'm happy for you to be quiet. I like quiet in my house.
Yeah, and your house is actually perfect.
We could stick like as if you're a mute. We could stick like a little chalkboard around your neck, and you have to write down what you want to say.
One of my clients was like, well, you're going to have to record fuck off in a few different levels so that people get the hint of how angry you actually are about something.
Yeah. Oh, you'll have your chalkboard. You can just do it in capitals or lowercase.
Oh my God, let's get online. Let's see if we can get a chalkboard with a bit of string on it, like for me. Or a whiteboard would be better, really, because I wouldn't like the feel of the
look at you all modern.
Oh, look at me on modern, she says.
You'll get an iPad next, like.
All of these things are great ideas. So let's see how it goes. I mean, it'll be nice to see if I learn anything from being mute for 10 days.
It's amazing for your face. Apparently it's like a facial because obviously, you're resting your muscles for a long period of time, that your face will be amazing afterwards.
Well, speaking of face, when I was in Dunedin, I went to the butcher to get Sandro some pork butt to make the sausages from the duck shooting. I know.
Speaking of face, how is this anything to do with your face?
It seems so normal for me to say, and when you say it back, it's like, oh my God, I'm so weird. But when I was in the butcher's, they had on the counter when I went to pay, tallow for your body and face. So I've been rubbing fucking Wagyu beef, like, on my face.
You're like a proper Celtic, like one of the tribes.
I have it here. Look, tallow balm.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I know it's
Have you noticed a difference?
Oh my God, I'm fucking fabulous. I look fabulous. Everyone that's met me is like, you're fabulous. I know. My hands are usually like, I have such terrible hands. I've been washing hair since I was like 4 years old, and I've just given into the fact that I'm just going to have 80-year-old hands like now. So I've been rubbing this on my hands. Oh my Christ. It's got beeswax, olive oil, hemp oil, essential oils, frankincense, and myrrh? Myrrh? What did
frankincense and myrrh. Like Jesus.
Yeah, myrrh.
The three kings.
That's right. I was like, I'm on my way to Jesus with my oil and my fabulous face. And it's been all over. I don't know if you've noticed, but it's been all over like my Instagram talking about putting tallow on your face. And I'm like, I saw it and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to pick it up and see how it goes. Oh my God, it's amazing, Charlotte.
Really?
It's amazing. And I love your phone call that we had while I was in Dunedin as well. So Charlotte calls me up.
And you know what? I am so excited about this.
Charlotte calls me up, right? And I was just, I'd left, I had quick chat with Vanessa, of course, as we know on the podcast, she's not going to be my business consultant anymore. So I wanted to give her a gift, and I met her for coffee. And as I was getting into the car, Charlotte calls me up and she's like, "Hey, what are you up to?" Blah, blah, blah. So you were just chatting to me as Norm, and I was like, "Oh, I'm just in Dunedin." And you're like, "What? You can't go places like that and not tell me. What if I need something?" And you then went on to tell me about a chair you've been looking for the office relentlessly, and you'd nearly given up the task of finding one. And there was one in Harvey Norman in Dunedin, and it was going to cost you $300 to get it delivered to Cromwell. And I was like, I can't even pretend I don't have time for this bullshit, because I literally could see Harvey Norman. Like, I
know, it was like it was. And do you know what? I'd only found that chair that morning because I've been looking for like a swivel chair, but without wheels. One that has like arms so that I can rest my arms, but it's high enough to be at the table, because I bought one before and it was too low. You know, I mean, it's actually extremely difficult to find something I want. That I don't know whether my expectations are super high, but I've been hunting and hunting and hunting. And then I found one that morning that I absolutely loved. And then the delivery fee was so high that I was like, oh my God. And then it was like, but you can pick up in store for free. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't live in Christchurch or Dunedin. Like, and then it was so, and then while we're on the call, you're like, I can see Harvey Norman now. And I was like, oh
my God. I was like, I have 40 minutes to get this chair and to get pork butt. That's what I had to do before the dentist. So I went into Harvey Norman, and of course I asked him about the chair. You sent me all the information. Fantastic. I love that. I love going in and being like, have you got this? And they brought me to see the chair, and there was 2 different versions. So of course I FaceTime you, and the guy nearly keeled over when you were like, can you just go a bit closer to the material in case I spill chocolate on it? He was like,
I know.
And then of course we decided on a chair. He gave us a discount. I don't know why, but he gave it.
I love the way you sent me a video of him swiveling it around, and it was so funny because you're in the back going, oh yes, that's exactly what she wants. Yes. And he's like, and it swivels and then it swivels back, and it was the funniest video. And I was like, yeah, that looks fab. Like, yeah, exactly what she wants.
To buy a fucking chair.
But yeah, you managed to get me a discount, which I was like, holy Christ, this is working out amazing.
Got you a discount. And then I said to him, I was like, any chance you got a bit of plastic to wrap around it? My car is minging. And then he put it into this big plastic bag, and he wanted to help me down to the car. He was like, I'll carry it for you. And I was like, honestly, don't worry about it. I just picked it up and carried it. He's like, it's kind of heavy. I was like, don't worry.
I'm a hairdresser. I've got guns and still. I blow dry hair all the day.
I've got shoulders. So brought it down. That was great. And then off to the dentist I went. And what a fantastic fucking day that turned out to be in Dunedin. Yeah. Got a big bucket of KFC on my way home too.
Nice. So now I need to come over to you to collect the chair, because I'm still in my manky old one.
If you want it delivered, it's $250.
You cheeky.
I know. So let me
I'm gonna be coming over anyway, because I'm gonna be getting some pictures of you and your team.
Oh, that's correct. I have a fabulous new hairstylist starting here in the salon on Wednesday. She is nearly booked out for the first 2 weeks already, which is incredible. She is a dream. I don't even know her, but I already know she's a dream so far. She aligns with so much of what I value, and she's doing things that like you only dream of people doing that, like before starting their new job. So I'm so stoked with her. She's amazing. I was speaking to her the other day, and it nearly took her, with the traffic from her old job to her house, it nearly took her 2 hours.
Wow.
Like It's literally a 40-minute drive, if even. I was like, she
Mm.
said, she messaged me in traffic and she's like, it's just hit me that this time next week I will not be in this traffic. And I was like, oh, that
Yeah.
must feel
What a
so
dream.
good. Do you know what though? I am Sandra's parents. I had the dates wrong. So Sandra's parents were meant to fly in my head today. And it's actually Mother's Day here in New Zealand too. All the
It
moms out there have
is.
yes. So I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, Sandra's mother is flying in on Mother's Day. Let's go to the airport. Let's make a big deal out of it. Let's do banners. And the boys were like, no. But I was actually still going to do that. And
Still do
then,
it. Yeah. Do you remember I did that for you in Italy when you came through the gates and I had like a big banner that I'd painted?
oh my God, Liz. And then, but I was wrong. She doesn't fly. And I took deliberately off Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. But I got the dates wrong. They
Oh,
fly in on Wednesday. And like, that's the day also my lovely new stylist starts. And anyway, I'm such an idiot. I mean, I do it all the time. Oh my God, what am I like? What am I like? This week as well, it never ends. So I mean, when it was never ending. So as you all know, I've listened to the book Letting Go. Please, everyone, everyone, read or listen to this book. It is a long listen, but it's after handing my ass back to me. And I decided to I know I've practiced it a few times. So the other morning, I got Sandro, as we know, I got him his pork ass.
relocation. Oh,
No, got the pork, and then he wanted to mince it up and make his sausages and everything. And he went downstairs, went into the pantry, and all I heard upstairs was banging and things being thrown absolutely everywhere. The kitchen was turned upside down, inside out. Drawers were taken out. All the forks, knives, spoons, you name it. Every corner of the house was ripped apart. It was
crikey.
really loud,
It's
like
like he's
to
the
the point.
FBI with a warrant.
Exactly, it's exactly what it was like. And I was like, "What the fuck is going on down there?" And he's like, I can't find the blade for my mincer. This is a brand new mincer, right? And this is the point. Like when these things happen, I'm like, see, this is when you have to use things, clean it, and put it back properly to look after the good stuff that I fucking buy for you.
That I buy for you.
Absolutely. And so anyway, tantrum, and I was trying to help. I even went out went downstairs and helped him out, which was making things worse. He's like, "Rawr!" So anyway, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to get ready to go to work and I'm just going to fuck off. I'm going to leave him. And in the meantime, he just went online and ordered a new blade for it. But in the car on the way to work, I decided I'm going to implement some of the things that they taught me on the book. So I took a few deep breaths, and when I breathed it out, I just let it go. I wasn't going to let his problem sit in my body, right?
Yeah.
So I let it go. And then another thing that they explain to you to practice is send love. Like you can see the vibration of negativity and how far that can go, but we
Yeah.
don't practice enough the vibration of love from anywhere to anybody. So I decided to keep breathing, driving to work, and sending him love. Just, about I hope his nervous system settles after that ordeal that he had. The next thing was, swear to God, 5 minutes later, I get a phone call from Sandro, and he's like, I just want to thank you for everything that you do for me within the business.
Wow.
I was like, okay, like, uh,
Who are
okay. And he
you?
sounded,
What have you
I
done with
know,
Sandra?
that's right. And he sounds, cool, calm, and collective. And then that was it. That's all I remember from the phone call. I think I was shell shocked, and that was it. I got to work. Next thing is, before my first client even came in the door, Sandro, Sandro arrives at the salon with a bottle of Prosecco, apologizing for having a tantrum like a child.
Wow.
And then, New Zealand, we've brought this up before. You could be waiting 3 weeks for post. The next day, the next morning, the blade arrived and he was able to make his
Whoa.
sausages. Because he felt like he's like, oh my God, you've spent $50 on pork ass, all of this. And I don't want to waste your money. I don't want it to go off and blah, blah, blah. He was having all these emotional meltdowns. The next morning it arrived. He made the most amazing sausages and he brought them to a barbecue last night and they were a fucking hit. Look at that.
Wow. Can I ask a question?
Go.
When you say pork ass, do you mean a pork's bum? Like what is this that you're talking about?
Pork butt. And I don't know,
Oh,
Charlotte, because like your chair, I've no idea of the details. I'm just told what to buy, when to buy it, and I better get the right thing. That's about it.
Right.
I walked in, I had to call him, how many kgs do you want? Turns out, all of it, which was $50. So, yeah, I mean...
See, I was quite different, though, because you were like, which chair do you want? And I was like, you decide. I was like, I don't know. You're there. I'm not.
Well, by the way, I have a theory on... You're saying, like, you don't know, maybe you're a bit particular about chairs or not. Do you know what? You're such a hairdresser's daughter. So after I came back from Dunedin and went back to work, I was washing someone's head at the basin and I was just looking around the salon and I was like, it's not that hard to find a swivel chair that can go up and down with no wheels. It's a fucking salon chair, Charlotte. I have two of them in the salon.
I know, but like, I mean, the amount of times that I Googled swivel chair with no wheels, I mean, it was almost insane. I was looking on Amazon, freaking everything, like all the Google shopping, everything. That actually is hard. But yeah, maybe if I added the keyword salon, but I didn't think about that.
Honestly, I didn't either. And I just thought to myself, it's in the back of my car.
I'm going to Google now salon chairs and I bet I find ones that I like better. Damn.
Yeah. And because you can go up and down.
Yeah. Can you go up and down on my one? Because I was thinking that.
No, it's a fucking dining room chair, you mad bitch.
Right. That's all right. I was just checking.
That would be one cheap salon chair. If that chair could go up and down, 100% that would be in the salon.
Nice chair though, isn't it?
Yes. Another thing, I'm coming at you. Another thing. So you have my bloody battery pack.
Oh, I do. And I meant to give you that at Airburn. I think I had it in my bag.
You were slagging me about having all these things. Well, guess what? I went home from work the other night to a 3-hour power outage. And I thought to myself, that witch and my battery pack.
Hang on, you had 2 battery packs though.
Oh, I've got 3. Calm down. It's okay. I'm just having a go at you for the laugh.
Well, do you know what? It's sitting in your bedside drawer. So, you just have to come to Cromwell. And
the one that
I highly recommend. Oh yeah, the one that you destroyed. That a lamp is just covering the mark now. But I highly recommend that, on your 10 days of silence, abstinence, you do come to Cromwell and we do go in the spa pools and we have massages and facials and you have your little chalkboard and you can just say dinner now. Saying that, I said to you this week, you were talking about your morning and I started to kind of laugh to myself and I was like, you do realize that you have 2 cleaners, one for the house and one for the salon, and you have 2 chefs. Like, who the hell do you think you are?
I am Grainne. Sandro had a moment there, he's had a moment now for a few weeks where he's just not really feeling like cooking. So I took the opportunity this week when he messaged me saying, so also this week there was a bit of a fight with the rental car company because Sandro got a relocation car to Christchurch where the rental company needs the car to be in a different location and you can take that car for like $1 to that location. So anyway, there was a chip in the windscreen when they got it back. They did 5 days later. They didn't tell him until 3 or 4 days later or something. And they're about to take $2,000. They're taking a lot of money. And he was losing his mind because he was trying to do it to save money. I know. And he was feeling really bad because once again, I'll have to pay for that, right? And I was like, listen, you're okay. It's all okay. No big deal. It is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it. Let it go. See what happens. Say what you have to say about the situation. Look over the policy. Make sure, look over what you got with the policy, the insurance, everything, and see what you can do about it. And he did. But he sent me a message being like, I'm just so sorry. Like, I was trying to save money getting the relocation. It will be on you to pay for it if it all fucks out, etc. And I took my opportunity, Charlotte. And I was like,
I bet you
hey,
did.
I said, listen to me. I said, I don't mind working. I don't mind, working hard for us. I don't mind this, that, or the other. All I ask for is to be fed. He was like, I thought, right, let's get it in there because he's been a bit slack. And then, which is terrible of me, but fuck it. And he wrote back and he was like, feed yourself, you fucking bitch. Ha ha ha, only messing.
Oh.
I know.
You're like,
It's
well,
like
I'm going to take away your allowance for the next 2 weeks. How do you feel about that? Only messing.
No fuel in your truck.
Yeah.
What a week. Yes. Where was I going with that? Oh my God, the car. Oh yes, the food. Thank you. I do have 2 chefs. It's kind of worked out like that. It's a bit mad. But in saying that,
count yourself lucky.
I know. But then I give myself more work than I need to. The other night, I left the salon. I did four shifts this week, were 11-hour shifts. So they were long and they were busy. And I was walking out the door one of the nights. Do you know when you walk out with like a million things in your hand, like to get into the car with? And by the time I nearly got to Athol, and I thought to myself, am I having a moment or did I lock the door? You know what the whole straight
I hate them. Yeah.
Oh. But I was like, I'm too far gone now just to go back. So one of my clients was at netball practice and I knew she'd be coming back from netball practice passing the salon. And I messaged and I was like, I'm so sorry, but do you mind awfully checking if the salon door is open? And she's like, yeah, no problem. Anyway, I left the salon door wide open.
Oh, wow.
Wide open.
What, not even shut?
Yeah, well, it's very easy. That one, a bit of wind opens that one. Sometimes I have to lock it from the inside when I'm in the salon because the wind opens it. So for sure, like, it could have very easily been anything. I don't know. I just got the feeling. Oh, I hate that. So yeah, I ended up having to drive down. And guess what happened when I drove all the way down, which is a 40-minute round trip, to let you know? Somebody was nice enough to push the button on the inside and lock it.
Oh, wow. Well, at least you had the peace of mind. It was definitely locked.
Yeah. It was
so
9 p.m.
Easy.
I was in bed. I was in my fucking pajamas coming down the road.
Wow.
What a week.
I know. And I had a pretty amazing week.
Hit me.
Well, so, I've been, planning to launch these courses and I keep kind of like punishing myself going, I've been talking about it so long and I haven't done it. And, now I'm like, right, the house is at the level I love. I'm going to crack on with it. This is like launching a massive new part of my life. And and then I was like procrastinating about what tool to use to host it so that it has all the payment funnels and everything. And it's all set up, purely just for the courses and no distraction. And I was procrastinating about the platform. And then I said to you at the start of the week, I was like, I think I'm procrastinating because I've only got one course complete. That, do I want to sign up to these expensive platforms? Because I don't want to chop and change. I want to, whatever I pick now, I'm going to have. So I don't want to just go with a cheapy one as a makeshift starting point. I want to go, you know what I'm like. If you're going to do it properly. Don't fanny about. So
fanny about.
But they're expensive. Like they are expensive to host your courses on them because they're proper tools that I want to use. So I was a bit like, oh, and then I was going through my Canva, looking for something for a client, and I suddenly saw like a digital download that I had done, like probably this time last year, and I was like, I could probably like do some videos around this and offer the download. I was like, oh, okay, that's 2. And then I found another one. And then I found another one. Then I found like this ebook. And I was like, oh my God. And it actually works out. When I put them all together, I've got 11 courses.
Get out of town.
We always say that thing of, just do something small today that gets you on the journey. I've been doing that repeatedly over the last year without paying attention to the fact that I've done it, just, creating an ebook or creating a digital download and, and then going off and forgetting about it and thinking, oh, I use that one day. That would be a nice bonus to add to something, when actually they're all worthy of their own courses and attention, because it's really valuable stuff, like marketing strategy documents, planners, 30-day content guides where I actually write your posts for 30 days so that you have no excuse to show up every day. Like, all of this stuff is so valuable, and I've had it sitting there.
Amazing.
So when I've been punishing myself going, oh, I haven't even started the courses yet, oh my God, I can do better than this, I've been doing it.
All the time you're tormenting me with all of your, oh my God, I need to get going. And you've had it all sitting there this whole time. Well done.
Yeah. I know. Well, I was like, well done, Pa Charlotte. You're so clever. I said that the other day as well, because I went into my mortgage account, because the mortgage is through a different bank. So I set up like a personal account. So I send money into the personal account at this other bank that then transfers into the mortgage. And I never really check it. And I just thought the other day, oh God, I should really just make sure that it is coming out on time and everything's fine. What I didn't realise was old clever Pa Charlotte had been from day one sending a little bit extra over every week.
Oh, and what is that compounded down? What?
Oh, my actual God. So it's at $3,500.
Get what? What are you going to do with it? That could be for your courses or your flooring.
It's for the flooring, the carpet. The carpet is $4,000. So I'm super close to actually having the money to get the carpet. And I'm like, oh my God, I love my past self sometimes. Like, she's so clever.
How powerful the compound effect, right? Like, just a little bit extra, and look at what happened. That's incredible. Well done. Can I have it? Actually, that'd be awesome if you could just give it to me. I had the builders and the electricians in the building this week. I know, you don't need a carpet. I need a wall.
This is my house. I need a carpet without a million stains on it.
Yeah, I know. You definitely look. I've got loads of questions after the podcast about your carpet, which I know sounds really sad, and we're old now, but I have a lot of questions.
I went to dinner with a friend last night, and we were having like really interesting conversations. I said to her, it feels like a bit of a date. Like, she really dressed up and I rocked up in a hoodie, and I was like, damn it, I'm the boy, aren't I? But we were sitting there having really interesting conversations, and before you know it, we're talking about tumble dryers, and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to stop myself there. We're ending this conversation, because how fucking boring is this?
That is quite boring, but it happens. I know it happens. And actually, last night there was a moment for me too. We were setting up beer pong. I went to a party up in the mountains, and we were setting up beer pong, and he had the kettle out, and I was like, what are you doing with the kettle? And he's like, I'm filling up the cups with water. And I was like, why? Like, it's beer pong. And he's like, well, if you just want to go away and talk about that in the podcast, that's fine. So basically he was like, you have to get it in the cup. There's only water in there. Just drink your own drink. And oh my God, I was like, that's not how you play the game. And then this morning I woke up and I was like, I'm so grateful that there was only water in that beer pong, because I played really badly.
What are you doing going to a party with beer pong? Like, what? Even though it was alcohol-free beer pong, but still.
I know. We're so old now. I went to a birthday party. I know. There was loads of kids around as well. So actually it was quite sensible of him to do that, as opposed to having everyone just get really hammered within a half an hour of playing beer pong.
Yeah. Oh, well, so here's everyone's message: to do something today, one small action today, because this time next year, you might find $3,500 in your account, or 11 courses already completed, ready to start your new business.
Well done.
Exactly. And everyone, for the ones that have listened all the way to the end, our manifesting challenge is launching on the 1st of June. So watch this space. We're all ready to go, and we can't wait to share the magic. That was really cheesy.
Very.